live from the Comedy Store for a brand new Death Squad podcast. Give it up for your host, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Good to be here. Here we are again.
Episode 3 of the Hinchcliffe Notes.
Heck yeah, a huge success. How's the crowd out there tonight? They're here. They're live in the flesh. It's actual people.
You did a weird thing today. You texted me something that I couldn't tell if you were just super stoned or fucking with me.
I was super stoned.
He's What did you say? You said, "Hey, I got a good idea. If you think it's a good idea, why don't we change the name to the podcast?"
Well, we never officially named it. I wanted to name it Hinchcliffe's Notes, and then you started saying, "Well, it's a pilot, so you can change the name." And then I started thinking, well, I mean, now that that's in the air, maybe it's changeable.
Well, it's already episode 3 now.
Okay.
But your idea was like completely weird to me.
Well, it seemed weird. I was going to explain it more to you, but then we were just texting, and I'm like, I'm not going to call it just to explain the thing.
Right.
But if we talk about it, somebody else is going to do it.
Right.
Because it does have a thing. Because the kill in the thing would have meant that you were making me laugh.
I see. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was just random. He wanted to call it Kill Tony.
And like have a Kill Bill, have it be like Kill Bill themed, where I'd be like in a yellow suit with a sword and shit for its cover.
Yeah, I kind of like
it. And in that Kill Bill font, because comedians are doing time, and if you make me laugh, that's pretty awesome.
That's actually a really good idea. Now that you explained it, it makes so much more sense.
I know. I thought before you would just think that I was trying to be cool, like, hey, Kill Tony, and then it'd be like Kill Bill themed, just like something that would. But if you kill, what I meant, it means kill on stage, not like kill.
Right. Yeah, I was not even thinking that though. Maybe if other people wouldn't get that either, unless you're like a hardcore comic or something like that. You know, if you just saw that podcast, you'd be like, Kill Tony. What's that?
But it does seem sort of edgy, you know.
It does.
Kill Tony.
It's
like,
easier to
say.
say.
About? Yeah, it's definitely easier to say. It's definitely easier to spell. I mean, that's a huge deal with Hinchcliffe's Notes. And there's an apostrophe in it. It's not really hashtagable.
That's I say Kill Tony's up there, man.
Really? What do you guys think? Hinchcliffe's Notes or Kill Tony?
Kill Tony.
Really?
Well, that seems like it's it. Kill Tony.
It's better.
This is the 3rd episode of this podcast, but this is we'll say that this is the first one in which the new. Wait, you know what? I like what you're thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our head of security here, as always, the Iron Patriot.
Nice to see you guys tonight. I'm the Iron Patriot. I will lead us into battle against anyone who would threaten our way of life.
Hell yeah. He always keeps me safe, makes sure that nobody fucks with me physically, and he's perhaps one of the least mobile superheroes in recorded history.
You can say what you want, though. It's very difficult to wear this costume.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying, is that, unlike Bruce Wayne or Tony Stark, your suit is a little bit more armored.
Yes. This is no CGI. If you want to go see a pansy, go to the movie. This is the real thing.
Wow.
Oh.
Look at that.
He's feisty under there. Well, he's been doing the podcast. He's been taking a tour of all the podcasts.
Well, yeah, we found out.
Us.
He came up to us just a moment ago. He always shows up perfectly just a few minutes before the show. I mean, he says, after I was on your episode last week as your head of security for the first time, because that was his first show was last week, he said, all of a sudden my podcast confidence got up. I did the Adam Carolla podcast on Wednesday.
He's part owner of an Italian restaurant down at Beverly and
There you go. A 48-hour turnaround. If you're on my podcast, you get another podcast. So, that's exciting. And then what was the other podcast?
On Friday, I went to the Hollywood Improv for Kevin Smith's show.
Wow. Jesus.
And I thought, because he likes comic books, I asked him if he likes the Iron Patriot from the comics or the Iron Patriot from the Iron Man 3.
And was his answer, security!
He didn't care. He didn't really care as much as I do. But he thought my costume was cool. We did a picture, and he was a real nice guy.
Hell yeah.
I got a picture. I got pictures on my Twitter
And
page.
then you mentioned getting here was a little bit tough tonight, huh?
Yes, the bus went right by me. I was the only one at the bus stop, and I put out my stop sign, and they just went right by me. I think the lady thought she had a crazy look on her face, like I was crazy.
You need to have like a flag or something.
Well, what's the universal sign for stop the bus? What should I do?
This?
Yeah, I should have done that because I went like this.
Yeah, she thought you were
She just thought I was doing the Iron Man thing, and I was out there. That was a mistake.
So the bus passed you up. Luckily, the second bus picked you up.
Yeah, because there was other people standing there with me.
Right. Oh.
So I got to do it, red band. I got to do this thing.
Yeah, I did the wave
Or
thing.
just actually block. I need to get out in front of that bus and just block.
Right.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Right. Let's put that armor to the test.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Like Brody Stevens said last week on the podcast, he was on it, and he said that he saw the Iron Patriot walking here. I said, "What did that look like?" He said, "A lot of 90-degree angles." It's tough for
I wish this building was wheelchair accessible.
Right.
Because there's a lot of stairs here.
Right.
So do most of my girlfriends.
Ah,
There you go.
yeah.
Brian loves the handicapped girls.
That's not good.
He's
I quit smoking today, and I'm trying not to drink. And I'm trying not to drink. It's my day 2 or 3 of not drinking.
Wow.
So I'm very irritable.
You haven't had a cigarette all day?
And no dick pills for the last 5 days.
Oh my god.
You know what it is? I just don't want to fuck like crazy if I don't take those boner pills. I just want to sleep.
Well, maybe you need some sleep.
Well, maybe I do. I also realized that since I've stopped, I really something I don't do. I never drink water, and like you're supposed to drink 6 cups of water a day. I only drink Starbucks, and I think of it. Well, it's an iced coffee. There's water in it. That counts, right?
Yeah.
It does count, right? A little.
It does. Yeah, it does a little bit, but yeah, I'm the same way. I barely drink any water. I try to drink a half a glass in the morning and like some at night, but I'm the worst.
So I started drinking water. I had this case of water, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna force myself to drink water. I drink like 14 bottles of water in like 4 hours.
Wow. Heck yeah. So your body's just catching up on all this stuff that it hasn't had the last few months. Water and sleep and
Right.
not having a boner for a couple hours at a time.
Well, how I noticed that I was very dehydrated is my gums are inflated right now. Like they're supposed to be like filled with water and tissue and stuff, and they're just like empty. And I noticed, yeah.
Wow. Iron Patriot, do you ever drink?
Not when I'm working.
There you go.
If you can give me a little bit of a bud to go home, that'd be nice.
Pretty sure the Iron Patriot just asked me for pot.
That's a good man.
But yeah, I have some, alright.
I feel a lot of love in this room right now.
I need a cigarette so bad. All right, let's get the show going, Tommy.
I'm a little disappointed that you decided to quit smoking on the day of my podcast. Like it's strategic. Like I could be irritable for this one. I mean, you work so hard every day of the week. Why does mine have to be the one where your foot's about to shake off of the rest of your leg? I love it. I'm excited. You guys ready to meet our guest tonight? Put your hands together. 2 of the funnier friends that I have in the world. I'll just bring them up one at a time. First, one of my really good friends, very funny man, is a regular here at the Comedy Store, one of the fastest rising talents. You may have heard him on the WTF podcast with Mark Maron. He has his own podcast called Let There Be Talk. Put your hands together for my pal, Delray, everybody. He's here. One of the nicest guys in the business. Always has nothing but nice things to say about everybody. That's why I think he'll be a fun, hopefully good cop for my bad cop at times when I have to be.
Yeah.
And then I'm so lucky to have my second guest here tonight. She is my one and only writing partner. One of the funniest human beings I know, somebody who I trust when I'm running stuff, the only writing partner that I have. She writes with me on Comedy Central's The Burn. She was just on Chelsea lately. Craig Ferguson. Got called over to the couch. It's Sarah Tiana, everybody. Another quick, fast-rising LA comedy talent. Two of my favorite people.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, as always, I went down to the front patio and 40 comedians were signing up earlier for the open mic in a different room at a different time in which they get 3 minutes if they're picked. People sign up for mine. We're going to do it a little bit differently this week. Normally, the first 15 that sign up just get up right away and that's it. What we're doing tonight is a random pick out of a bucket lottery.
Random.
Yeah, so this segment, instead of tag it or fag it, it's going to be bucket or fuck it.
Yeah.
And
that sounds sweet.
hell
So
yeah.
it's normally tag it or faggot?
Right.
Okay.
Well, sometimes with faggot with a PH, by the way.
Yeah. And then we changed it to bag it. And then today I was kicked out of a webcam room for using the word retard because I didn't know the girl that was fingering herself had a retarded brother.
Oh. Was it retard with a PH though?
Yes.
So you went no cigarettes, no boner pills, no drink, but you're calling the girl on your webcam a retard?
No, I said I would like to take you to Olive Garden and have sex with you in the bathroom. And she's like, that would be fun, but how would we do it? And I was like, I could act like your retarded brother. I could go to the bathroom with you. And then she got pissed off and said her brother was a retarded.
Well, then that's accurate. Then it's a true story.
Yeah.
If she's doing a
You'd be the
webcam,
twin brothers.
Back
she's
then.
doing a webcam, live
Too
webcam,
real.
she'd probably be the kind of girl that would want to get fucked by your retarded brother in an Olive Garden.
So hilarious. She's offended by that.
I would rather
get
get-
fucked at the Olive Garden.
I would rather get fucked by her retarded brother than Red Band.
Getting fucked with the smell of garlic in the air in a public restroom sounds great, but you better not call my retarded brother a retarded brother.
Sir.
How dare you?
No offense, Red Band.
Special needs does sound funnier anyway. If I
How
were.
often does that pickup line work in those chat rooms?
I have a thing now. I have this stupid addiction. I'll probably never do anything with it. Where I screen capture myself inside of like web, like sex cam rooms, right?
Yeah.
And then while everyone else is like, "Oh, you're so hot," I'll just be like inserting images of Olive Garden food and just being like, "I would love to take you to the Olive Garden," and stuff like that. And I record the reactions of what they say. And sometimes they're like laughing their ass off while they're trying to fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Other times they just ban me or shit like that. But I want to take all those videos and put it into like an hour movie.
That's good.
An hour movie.
I used to just try to say the rudest shit to get them off, like off the line. So I'd be like, "Oh, I want to eat your shit," and they'd be like, "Out." That got them every time.
Right. Well, then
Wait,
just
you
get
would
banned.
heckle their chat room?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd just get on there, right, and just say stuff like, "I want your turd to be like the Statue of Liberty. I want to grab it and hold it up like a
And
fire."
then what if they say on?
They never do. Not on turd stuff.
Are you
They're
sure it's
out.
what you're saying?
Yeah. They're out on turd stuff.
You know what I do? I just I don't log on to those things.
Just have sex.
That's my word.
Well, you got to get with it.
What do you use anything when you masturbate, Sarah? I know that you're you're from the South. You're a very, very good girl. You like to have your fun. I mean, you're a real woman. There's a lot of chemicals and stuff going on in there. You're very powerful. It takes a lot to run an entire enterprise. Like Sarah runs herself as like a business. The schedule's packed. Always, she's
Trying
a
to build an
fucking.
empire here.
These two are two of the hardest working people, and I know a lot of people in this city, and that term gets thrown around a lot. Hardest working people in Hollywood. This is truly, and I didn't really even think about it until right now. You guys are two of the hardest hustlers.
Hey, could I say something about Dean before we start?
Yeah.
Thanks, Iron Patriot.
Thanks for stopping his compliments toward me.
He's
Billy.
definitely on something about that shit
You have
stuff.
the timing of a Green Goblin character.
This has something to do with what you're talking about. I listened to Dean on the Mark Maron podcast today,
Wow,
and he
you
was once the DJ for the Rolling Stones.
That's right.
And he said one time Mick Jagger was impressed. He had a rare bootleg of Bob Marley from his last show, and Mick Jagger gave him a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's true. But
Thumbs
It's a
up from
recap
Mick
from
Jagger.
a different podcast.
yeah, thanks for pumping that one. Right
A thumbs up from Mick Jagger, huh? What, are you going to get an applause break from Kiss sometimes?
on. Yeah, fuck, I'm just blowing
A
up.
golf clap?
It's so fun.
That's cool. Thanks for listening.
You had an interesting life. I thought it was a
Thank you so
fascinating
much.
journey you went on.
Thank you, man.
Definitely. I've heard a lot of great about that
Yeah,
interview.
it's good. It's fun. It was a time in my life, no joke. I could do Mark Maron's podcast. It's like
In
fuck.
the garage, right?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
It's
Did
pretty.
you get nervous beforehand? Like,
I never told this story, and I'll tell this story on here because
great.
it's pretty fucking funny.
I've always wondered what it would be like because I've thought about, I sort of have an idea of the layout. I know Mark. I mean,
Yeah. Well, a couple days before, I had done a show in San Diego, and I was riding home in the middle of the night, and I hit a pothole on my bike and smashed my balls completely. Like, oh! And over a couple days, it got worse and worse. So I went to the
Is it
hospital.
like cooked garlic, like when you push it on like a cracker?
This just felt like fucking fire. Like my balls were on fire the whole time. I didn't know what's wrong. I thought I had ball cancer or something. So I go to the doctor, and they go, well, we're going to check
Is this during the podcast?
This
with Mark
is 2
Maron?
days before
Oh,
the podcast. They give me these pills, so I'm on these pills doing the podcast. And so when I left, I didn't even remember the podcast at all until I listened to it. And I was like, wow, we made it. You know,
How about that?
I was pretty loaded on
You
some
feel-
pain.
How are your
thought you
balls
got-
now? What did they diagnose that
They're
as?
good, thank God. They just said you have smashed balls.
Wow.
But I thought I had testicular cancer, and this is for you guys out here. If your balls ever hurt, if they hurt, testicular cancer doesn't hurt.
Right.
So you don't have that.
Yeah.
And there's a weird thing that was going on. It was a hot Asian girl that was sonaring my balls. So as she was sonaring my balls, she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm a comedian." She's like, "Oh, do you know Chris D'Elia?"
Oh, there
Why
you
my
go.
balls are in her hand, so it was like a strange threesome going on. She was like, "Can you introduce me to him?" I'm like, "My balls are in your hand." You know, so that was weird.
If I don't die of
That's
ball
true,
cancer,
though.
I
Like,
can introduce
what
you.
kind of etiquette do they got?
That's
at
horrible
Kaiser?
etiquette.
It's just what a tease that they would use an Asian girl as the ball rubber.
Right.
You
I
know?
know.
That's
That's
just
Kaiser.
the least happy ending possible.
I need to crush my balls ASAP, Rocky.
Yeah. But I felt like I was at one of Red Band's rub mat places.
Yeah. I don't even bring that up. My favorite place closed down last year.
Oh, it did? Which
Oh
one?
no! Now you have to quit that too.
Place in Lancashire.
Oh my god!
Was it an Olive Garden restroom?
You're gonna feel so much better, Red Band, now that you quit drinking and when you quit smoking. Like you'll probably have way better sex.
Do
You
they?
think so?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
impossible.
It really is. No,
I need to buy a
impossible.
tarp for my bed then.
You probably should buy a bed that's not on the floor.
I have a $4,000 bed. I'll put my bed up against your bed. I spend more money on my bed than anything else.
That makes sense.
You sleep 12 hours a day.
No, you sleep 12 hours.
Right.
A day.
That's
Most
half
of
your
us
life.
sleep 6 to 8.
Oh, I
That's
love
so
sleep.
funny.
Me too.
Fuck.
Oh my
It's easier
God.
not to smoke when you're
You
sleeping. I
spend
found.
so much money on your bed, but you're
You're in your bed. I don't. I have this thing where like I go to girls' houses and they have like a fucking $200 bed. You know, it's like a queen or something like that. And you wake up the next day and you want to shoot people because you're in so much pain. And I was like, why do you have such a shitty bed? She goes, what? It's nice for me. It's like, look, you're in bed almost half your life. Why wouldn't you spend as much money as a car, but you're only in for what? 30 minutes a day?
Wow. So when you have sex with girls, you have sex with them in their bed?
Yeah.
That's shocking. I would never imagine that.
Why? Where? On the ground?
I don't know.
Alley?
Olive Garden is like what you led with, so I don't imagine you in bed with a lady.
No.
What a hater, right? Jesus Christ.
You're so moody right now.
What's going on with you? You were on a date a couple weeks ago. You still with that dude?
On a day,
Remember,
What-
you
which
said it was
one?
going good. I don't know. You guys went somewhere.
Oh, she must have had the herpy talk.
what's that?
How'd the date go?
Which I went
Ooh,
on.
which one?
Yeah, I've been on a few lately.
The white one.
Yeah, they're all white.
Oh, yeah. She's from the South.
Would you ever go on a date with the Iron Patriot?
He just
I
told
can
me
take
to
you to the
stop.
Olive Garden.
Thank you. I like unlimited breadsticks.
Oh,
It's
you
like
like
knocking
bananas?
Do I like bananas?
What
Okay.
does that mean?
Oh my god. Alright, what do you guys say we start the what's it called?
Comedy?
Bucket or fuck it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, everyone. This is exciting. So, we're picking out of a bucket. Comedians get to do 1 minute of whatever they want, and then we give notes or say whatever we want, how we feel about it in any way, shape, or form.
I know.
To get some live feedback. Okay. Starting it off. Put your hands together for Scout Durwood, everybody.
Out.
Kicking it off. Scout Durwood.
It's a chick.
Whoa, it's a lady.
Oh, she's putting her hair up. She's getting serious.
Cool. Well, I don't brag, but I'll take just a second to do that. I happen to be a lady who dates ladies, big homosexual, and usually gets an applause break, which I think we earn it because we have to march for marriage equality, just like so early in the morning. Like every march, it's like 8 a.m. And I don't know how much you guys know about the gays. So we're called the gays. But if it's too early for brunch, we're pretty much not signed up for it. For the men and for the ladies, like 8 a.m. We definitely have softball practice then. Yeah, and he was like, oh, it must be hard to be gay. And it's like, no, you just go to college. Pretty much come out gay. We have our own set of struggles. I was driving with my mom. We were lost, and she was like, go straight. And I was like, stop telling me how to live my life. Woman. And then I did get beat up in a hate crime, though, which is, who would do that? I'm so pretty.
All right, that's the full minute.
Wow.
Scout.
That was-
Yep.
Is that the sound that means it's done?
That's when you know it's been a minute, when you hear the kitty meow.
Oh, it's a cat meowing?
I think so.
I thought it was like... Oh.
Oh yeah.
Something
What does
like
that sound like to you?
I don't know, I thought it was like a rooster clucking or something. Or a chicken clucking.
A chicken fucking.
Oh, I think you could do whatever you
No,
want.
you stay here.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Fuck yeah! First of all,
Scout.
what do you guys think about the lesbian? Are you really a lesbian?
Yeah.
see, I wouldn't give it a
God damn
applause break because you're very beautiful. I would actually do this.
My girlfriend's real pretty too.
That's
Oh, your
just
girlfriend's really
That's
pretty.
usually the opposite. I mean, you're kind of hot, and usually you would go like for a trucker or something, right?
She's the number one female quarterback in the world.
Wow.
Oh, that's huge in the
Can
lesbian.
you Google her real quick?
Right?
Right now?
That's like
That's
And
fucking.
do you play the
Top
center
shelf.
ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Not in Hurley.
I thought it was pretty good. There was some, I laughed out loud once. I think you could do some more specific stuff for
Yeah,
sure. Like when
definitely.
you say
Like
college,
talking about the top female quarterback that
Yeah.
you're dating.
That'd be great.
but also when
Yeah.
you say go to college, like you should name the specific college that you went to. You just need to paint a picture a little bit more.
yeah, maybe make it more story-like, like actually real life, like instead of like at college, like you're saying, kind of like explain like I went to college, it was a really nice, kind of paint a picture for everyone.
Yeah.
Did you find out you were? Did you come out of the closet when you were in college or before?
When I was in.
When I was 19.
So when you were in college.
I was in college. But I didn't sleep. I slept with a man once in Belize when I was 24.
Whoa.
Wow. So you
so
Just to make sure?
Yeah.
you've never slept with an American?
Now I have. But that's...
Well,
that
an
happened
American
way
man,
later.
I mean.
Yeah. That happened way later.
You've done a few
Yeah.
things then.
When I moved from New York to LA, I did sleep with some guy. I went through a breakup, and I say that it's because the men in Los Angeles look so much like the lesbians in New York.
That's great.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
that's in there.
What was the first joke you said? The one about
Take one. The March joke, the marriage.
oh yeah,
equality
the
joke.
march.
That's new. That's new.
See, I just don't understand. I never feel like gay people sleep late.
Yeah, me neither. They seem more efficient than
Yeah.
Yeah.
people.
Well, they're popped up, ready to fuck.
But it is a
If
fun
it's dudes.
misdirect to set up for the softball thing.
But also when you say March, I think of the month as well.
Oh right, like rally maybe.
Yeah.
Parade.
Protest.
Parade, protest.
I think it's different than a parade.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they have
that's
those,
great.
a lot of those too. You could probably say both. Protest.
Well, maybe you should tell us the difference between a rally and a parade and a
Yeah.
march. That could be a funny joke.
Yeah, and definitely something about the top quarterback. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I play the ukulele, and she's actually her day job is as a ukulele like rock and roller. So we're like two lesbians with ukuleles.
That's awesome.
Wow.
You ever need a human-like vibrator in the bedroom one
Chicks
night?
love musicians.
Red Band's gonna try to convert you one more time.
Yeah.
No, you can just use me as like a vibrator.
Chicks love musicians, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. That's adorable. Anyway,
I mean,
put your hands
Meatloaf
together for
got
Scout Durwood, everybody.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a tag it.
Yeah. I feel like there's a joke with her name and being a lesbian too, like
Definitely.
Scouts.
My
Scouts are always
name
gay.
is Scout, but yeah, I'm scouting for girls.
Scout for girls.
Like that.
Yeah.
Or Boy Scout, right?
Anti-boys Scout.
Yeah, exactly. No Boy Scout.
Dean, you ever hook up with a girl because they said that you look like a lesbian?
I
You could
would.
be like a butchy one.
Yeah, it's funny because I was just in San Francisco and there's lesbians that look like me.
I'm such a butchy
They're
lesbian.
just like, good show, and I'm like, whoa.
hilarious.
It's true. Steve.
You should go up to cute lesbian chicks and say, I'm such a, after your shows, you go, I'm such a butch lesbian that I have a penis.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the real deal.
That is, you are about as butch of a lesbian as it gets.
Well, I was trying to figure it out. If you're going for a full-blown butch, just go dude. Right? I mean, why go rubber?
I got
Half the
distracted
dude, but
just now
rubber.
by Red Band smoking 3 e-cigarettes at lunchtime. I was wondering what kind of alien light show is going on to my left. I see-
Because there was just one more thing on stage that he can't have. That's why.
Oh, shit.
Heck yeah.
Who's next?
Fuck yeah, let's keep it moving. Your next comedian talking about weight loss, Hormoz Rashidi, everybody. Hormoz Rashidi. Mixing in sauce. Son of a bitch. That means it's time for Jerron Horton. There he is. A regular. I've seen him here before. Jerron Horton is back for another minute.
3 times in a row.
Hi, Jerron.
Hey, what's up? From Georgia. From Georgia. There we go. I miss the racism out in Georgia, you know? Out here it's too subtle. Like every time a white man says, thanks, brother, like I assume he means, hey, you're black, but I'm okay with it. You know, I come from a long line of races. My grandma, she's German, you know, immigrated here from Germany and everything. She's racist, but she's supportive, you know. Black people, everyone, shit, how does it go? Sorry, it's not. She's racist, but she's supportive. Maybe if black people, don't meow me, please. Maybe if black people pull their pants up, everyone always think they were stealing. And maybe if Mexicans just learn how to pronounce the letter J, maybe they can get a real job. And you know, Jews can be more trustworthy if they just, never mind. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, I fucked that up.
Is that, when you said never mind, is that part of the joke?
That was the joke, yeah.
Oh.
That was the
Because you don't want to say anything bad about Jews.
No,
Is that-
no. The main punchline of
She's German.
Because she's German, she doesn't.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's German. I was just it didn't flow because I fucked the joke up.
Fuck yeah.
But
I mean, it feels like if she's gonna say, if she is gonna say, am I supposed to be giving like?
Yeah.
If she's gonna say Mexicans can pronounce the words, to me, I think that Germans can't pronounce things. So if she's saying all of this with an accent,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
the last thing she says is like maybe if
Well, see,
no,
with that joke, like when I tried it,
it's a Mexican.
even though I've been around my grandma for my whole life, I can't do a German accent.
Oh, okay.
Das ist guten.
Can you try her for a second?
I want say that again.
Das ist guten.
Das ist gut.
Well, you gotta say something else.
Well,
Mexicans,
what's
Mexicans pronounce the letter J. Is that right?
That was your regular voice. Here's my German. Mexicans
Sam Tripoli
pronounce
approach to accents just
Amazing.
louder?
Yeah, I can't do accents.
kick-ass accents. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Let's say
that's
you're a
okay, though.
white guy, because the black guys always have a white guy.
I mean, I can't really do it because I'm so light skinned. It doesn't really work for me. But yeah,
What do you mean you can't do it because you're light skinned? What does
like
that
it
mean?
doesn't. I can't sell it. Like they think.
I think
I'm,
he already sells. Like,
when I do it, like I think that like yeah,
that's
exactly.
what he's saying. That's what,
Right.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you sound like you. You don't sound
Yeah.
like a white person or a black
Like,
person. You sound
wait,
like
talk
your own.
Tony. Say
That's
something.
sort of a funny joke. Like I even sound light skinned.
Yeah, that is good.
I
That's good.
sound lighter than black.
I
Yeah.
sound like.
I don't
yeah,
sound
I
white.
sound
I sound
lighter
light
than black.
skinned.
Maybe I don't sound white, but I
Which
definitely
sucks when
sound
you
light.
call people. You know what I mean?
Right,
And you want to be
exactly.
gangster, you're like, hey man, I'm coming by.
Oh no,
Instead of like,
I don't
yo
wanna,
motherfucker.
No, I don't want to be gangsters. Gangsters get killed.
Yeah, there you
I don't
go.
want to be.
What do you want
That's
to
a
be?
great premise.
What do I want to be?
Yeah.
I want to be a
Comedian?
comedian. I want to be successful. I ain't got to be the richest, but I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
There
Yep.
you go.
I think it's so important to talk about real things, and like if that's really how your grandmother is,
Yeah.
you need to dig deeper into that. You know, like I need to know more about her. I mean, I'm sure you probably have more about her. You
Yes,
just had
yes,
the
I
1
definitely
minute,
do. I
but like,
definitely do have more about it.
yeah, because that's a really interesting dynamic. Like, hey, like if growing up with a German grandmother, and she's white.
Yes.
Okay.
How long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing comedy for 3 years.
3 years. What's going to be funnier is if you just ditch the standard Mexican, black,
Yeah.
and that's it. Just get rid of that and start telling us about you and your grandma, whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter about the race or anything. Find some funny stuff in there because you don't want to sound like the 30 dudes you're going on around that are doing that same stuff.
But with the way I know because it didn't flow too well. But like the way that I was kind of wanting it to go was like, show her. The main punchline was about Jews. Like, she can say that black people can be better if they do this, Mexican people can be better if they do that, but Jews can't be better.
There's no way they can be better. But that's just a fact. I understand.
Yeah, we're looking for the joke.
I think
Work on it. Hopefully, we'll see it next week.
But I think if you already have stuff about your grandmother, that can work and fit in there.
Okay.
But it could be a this and that. Like normal grandmothers say this, and my grandmother always said
And there's
this.
definitely a joke in sounding light skin.
Yeah.
Sounding light skin.
That can be all yours.
I will.
I don't-
John Horton, everybody.
Thank
There
y'all.
you go.
I'm a little biased towards him because he's from Georgia. He's one of my favorite people.
You're so biased.
I'm so biased.
You're like you're more biased than what's it?
Kumail?
Kumail Bell. All right, coming up next. Oh, we know this guy. He hangs out at the Comedy Store a lot. Put your hands together for the lucky Eric Oligny. And here he is. This guy loves smoking pot behind the Comedy Store.
So, I always get in these relationships these days where people are asking for the dick pic. I try to send it. I get in the tub and I actually like lay it out and I make it look nice. I look at the picture though and I realize I look like a corpse in a morgue. I then try to put it on Instagram. You know, I try to put it to Hefe because we all know that shit makes everything look more alive. I found something out about this though. On your Android, it'll make you feel better about yourself. When you send that picture through, it'll say picture too large, compressing.
There you go.
Very good.
He's only gracing us with about 35 seconds. You want to do another 20 seconds?
Yeah, I smoke a lot of weed, like you said, and I get really emotional when I'm watching television now. I cried to Kitchen Nightmares the other night, but the thing is, I cried to this one commercial, the Viagra commercial. The guy's driving in the desert, and I realized, oh my God, he has a broke down car and a limp dick.
Good job,
His
Eric.
car breaks down in the desert? In the commercial?
Yeah, it's the car with the guy driving.
That's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
That's
I
all
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Viagra.
Yeah.
Maybe on the Instagram joke, say that whatever you said, the high 8 or whatever it's called.
Hefe?
Hefe.
Hefe, yeah.
Hefe. Maybe say Hefe filter.
Filter.
Hefe.
Yeah,
I,
use
at
the
first,
word
like, what are you
filter.
talking about?
Okay, yeah.
And, 'cause I don't even know, and I use Instagram like so many times. I just go, oh, which one
I
is
also
pretty?
don't believe that women request dick pics from you. That's kind of like
You gotta make that up. You gotta say your
Exactly where I was
friend.
about to go. I mean,
You gotta say your
Change-
friend.
Change it to my friend.
Right, yeah, you have to make it one specific thing. Like, I've been in these relationships these days, and all these girls are asking me for dick pics. It just seems a little bit over the top.
That's the truth about the joke.
I mean, we're all seeing what you look like right now. Like, I don't know if you think it's an audio-only live show, but
That's been my biggest problem with that joke is finding how to introduce it. Like,
Yeah.
well, there you go. Definitely not like that.
Well, do you
One
take?
means note on that.
But do you take dick
Make it
pics?
one instance.
no, I did. That's how I came up with the joke. Some girl did ask me for it. And
Okay.
Because what also makes it crazy is you say it, all they want are all these dick pics, and I do the right thing. I lay in a bathtub. That's a punchline. That's not a setup.
Yeah, I think the joke is like
The dick pic.
I
don't know.
started meeting. I met a girl recently, and she asked me for a dick pic, and it's the first time that's ever happened to
Right.
me. So I didn't know what to do, so I tried all these different scenarios out,
I drew one.
and then I just took a picture of my friend Tony's dick and sent it to her. You know?
Yeah, you were out borrowing dicks.
Yeah.
which is something.
Borrowing dicks.
Yeah.
This is all. You better listen to this podcast
Yeah.
and take all these notes. This
Listen.
is a major.
Here.
This is a major tagadism going on.
That's
right
good
now.
right there.
I have 2 fake dick pics on my phone that I send out randomly to my friends.
Oh, yeah.
Are they both black?
No. They're very. I tried to find one that looks very, almost 100% accurate. I even have one that looks like the same curtains that I have in my back.
Yeah.
You
I
can also
love
just
it.
say, I took a picture of my friend's dick, and she was like, "Wow, you're really tan," or something, like something.
Yeah.
Like,
I just worry though if I die and somebody finds my phone, they're gonna think like, "Oh, Brian likes dicks."
I sell stuff. I sell stuff on Craigslist, and I get like asshole scammers all the time. And I found the ugliest man in like a riverbed, naked from the '70s. I just googled dick pic, and this one came up. So whenever they send me spam, I send it back like, "How about this?" and it always ends the spam right away. But recently, a guy was like, "It's on." And this guy's dick is bad. It's all furry. It looks like a thumb.
are you sure this didn't happen in the chat room you were in?
No, this is Craigslist, which is like a chat room.
Did you ever actually send a dick pic? Like, did any of this really? Did you actually?
Yeah, I did
did
send
you
it.
actually lay in a bathtub with
yeah,
your
I actually
penis?
did that.
Was there water in
That's
it?
lighting.
There's water. so there's water in the bathtub,
Yeah, I gotta keep it clean, bro.
Wow.
and you're in the bathtub, and you're holding the phone. Oh, you get your face in it too, like that? Is that what you just did?
Never put your face in there, dude.
Good-looking guy. The one thing I have going for
By the
me
way,
is
can you send us this
No.
picture right now? I need to see
Let's
this.
review that set.
Let me explain why you never do that, man. Because as an example, when I'm looking at backpages.com for escorts, they always have all their faces blurred out or they're cut out. All you do is you take that picture and put it in a Google image search, and then you can find out what their Facebook page is and their real name. So yeah. Here's a tip for you guys. So in the future, somebody's going to be able to just take your dick pic and be able to Google image search it and find out exactly who you are.
Yeah.
Like your mom.
It's true. Do you,
You
not
got a
have
picture
a
of the
shower?
chick?
Like, do you take baths a lot?
Yeah.
Is that a thing that you do?
I lay down in the shower, yeah.
That's like
You lay down in
that's
the
a
shower?
vagina pic.
Oh my god.
With the blood going into the...
No, I it relaxes me. I did it when I was in the army, and that's why I kept it going.
Bads in the army?
Yeah, no, I didn't do bad. I just have the shower hitting me
Oh,
when I lay
yeah.
down, and it just relaxes me.
Damn, you must have a nice shower.
I mean, I only hear about that like in the Sandusky files, crying in the bottom of the shower.
Those people aren't laying on their backs.
So did you send the pic?
Aw.
Actually, yeah, with that girl, yeah, I did. Yeah.
And what did she say? Like sweet dick or what
But
happened?
also, like when you put your face in it, it's like it changes. It shows how big your head is compared to how big your
Exactly. You show your
Other head is.
So
Point
you're
of
saying
reference.
it's a more
Did you
adequate.
take it from like the cock and like there's this giant cock and you're just in the background
You're peeking. You're spying on a cock.
just looking at it like, how far can I get this?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you have the picture?
No, not anymore. I got rid of all that.
Yeah, I would do that. I would take all that front end stuff that we did, make it a 1K scenario, and use that compression thing, I guess, at the end too. And there you go. There he goes.
Yeah,
Great job,
There
Eric.
he goes. How that guy does not get a role as an extra in Breaking Bad, I have no idea. I mean, my God, I've never seen anybody that looks like they do meth more than him. Okay, let's keep it flying, shall we?
Yeah.
Here we go. It's the one and only Jonathan Turnblood. Oh snap.
Tumbling.
Tumbling.
Yeah.
Tumbling. Oh.
Yes. All right. Last summer I ran into a roommate crisis. I was about to get evicted, and I had to call upon a friend who is gay. And I tell my parents, I'm thinking about moving in with Tristan, because gay people are always good at paying rent. So I assumed. And he was like, I don't know if I trust that, son. And I'm like, why not, Dad? He's like, well, what if one day you come out the shower, you dripping with water and shit, and he just comes up and takes it, son? I'm like, Dad, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be worried about me living with gay people. You should be more concerned about me living with a fucking rapist, man. And then he was like, no, son. Southern men, like country-ass Southern men, always assume they know the answer to everything. And he was like, your Uncle Tony moved in with his friend, and he caught the gay, son. That's how he caught it. And I'm like, Dad, I'm pretty sure Uncle Tony was already gay. He's been asking me to call him Tina since I was 5.
Fuck yeah, there he is. Jonathan Tumbling. Fuck yeah. All the gay people in everybody's jokes are always named Tony. Anyone ever notice that? I can name 5 comedians that all have a gay Tony. It gets me to wonder, am I the gay Tony that they're talking
But
about?
also, the award that gay people are trying to win is a Tony.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Wow.
They like that word.
It's a smart joke. It's nice.
I mean, I was thinking earlier when I was sucking this guy's dick, there's no way I could be gay, but anyway.
I like the second half.
I did like the second half. The first half, it's like, when you say, when you get out of the shower, he can just take it. What does your dad say?
If he comes up and takes it.
If he comes up and takes it. The first thing I thought of was your rent and not your sexual facilities. You're like, well, or that could be a fun misdirect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're saying, like, if he comes up and takes it.
Like you asked your dad, you mean my rent?
You mean my rent? Or is there something like that to where that it's like just some sort of misdirect so that it's not.
And when you get to the rapist part, have more of a pause and really focus on that joke. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Is there like a more specific term for rapist? Like an example?
Did you really have a gay roommate?
Yes.
Would you notice anything different with having a gay roommate than with having a straight roommate, like in the past?
Did he taste different?
No, nothing extreme. Like the house is more clean.
Yeah.
The house is clean. Also, Tina and Tony, that seems weird to me. It seems like it should be Tanya.
Sounds like a murder mystery restaurant.
Yeah.
Tony and
My
Tina.
Uncle Tony, he does act. He's Tina.
He's Tina, that's his name. Oh, because it's like a Tina Turner thing.
Yeah.
Well, Tony and Tina's wedding is a big thing too. That's like a famous.
Yeah, but I think it's got probably more to do with Tina Turner,
Yeah, Tony
right?
and Tina's wedding is like a huge, I think, Broadway thing.
He does drag queen Tina Turner stuff. Yeah, but that's also the thing. Like, if you're gonna say he's been asking you to call him Tina since he was a kid, and then you need to paint that picture of Tina Turner so that we can even get a bigger picture. Like,
He used to call me Ike. I called him Tina.
Yeah, totally. So that we know what Tina you're talking. Like, I'm always telling people, like, if you can't paint a picture, if you can paint a picture, the audience will go with you, and they're with you no matter what. And so, the more specific you are, you never want to say car. You want to say Oldsmobile. You never want to say tree. You want to say oak. You want to tell us the color of the cars. And then it also makes an audience feel smart, too. Like, if they're like imagining it, and then they go on the road on that tour with you, and then all of a sudden they're a step ahead of you, but they're still going to laugh because they feel smart for knowing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
Boom. You just got tagged it. That's Jerron Horton. Boom. Wait, no, not Jerron Horton. I'm sorry. Jonathan.
Racist.
Jonathan. Oh, come on. That's not even racist. Jerron Horton's so much whiter than him. It's a whole different race.
Dude, you know what? We haven't been
how
talking
you
to
say your
Iron
last name?
Patriot.
Yeah, the Iron
Something
Patriot.
Tom Bloom? Tomlin.
I think it takes a lot of courage to get up on stage like this, and I'm proud of everybody tonight so far.
Yeah.
Oh,
This seems like a more professional episode. Like, we really seem to be helping people out instead of tearing them apart.
Yeah, we're pretty dialed in.
They've all flirted with the funny. They just got to go a little farther, and they'll be there.
All the talk with the talk about the Tony and the gay and the Jonathan reminds me of this past weekend. I was down at the La Jolla Comedy Store with Jeff Ross. We had a lot of fun. And
Jeff Ross from The Burn?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is there another one?
The Roastmaster General is the
I
other
see.
one.
Okay.
Biggest dick in the industry, I heard.
What's that?
He has the biggest dick in the industry, I heard.
No,
I was just trying to add a compliment.
But I was talking to the house piano player at the La Jolla Comedy Store who's been there for like 20 years. His name's Lou. He's like a real Scooby-Doo-boo-boo, like
Busting up the oldies.
and he told me a street joke that I love so much that I want to share it with you guys. I just heard this for the first time on Saturday. He's like real like hippity hoppity. Like, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome back. Good to have you. So like he goes, all right, so this guy dies and goes to hell, and the devil's like, hey, why do you look so sad, man? It's gonna be great here. You're gonna have so much fun. The guy's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, on Mondays it's all you can eat, anything you want, everything you can eat. You're gonna be fine. You're not gonna gain a pound. You wake up the next day, you're fine. Tuesday, it's all you can drink. Drink all you want. You're going to get drunk. You're going to have so much fun with no negative consequences. Wednesday, it's all you can gamble. You can gamble all your money away. You're going to wake up the next day with all your money back. Thursday, all you can do drugs. Man, you could shoot heroin. You could smoke pot. You won't overdose. Everything's going to be fine. Friday, are you gay? And the guy's like, no. He goes, oh, you're going to hate Friday. I thought it was so funny. I mean, it was just me and him on a sidewalk. He tells me that joke. I ran down the block. It was, I love it. Anyway,
if you have an
that's a great
experience
joke.
making Tony laugh, it's the most fun thing in the world.
Oh yeah, I really get into
it. He really
it.
celebrates.
That's
I was
great.
talking about my mom. I was talking with my mom earlier about it. Actually, she saw a video that I posted on YouTube or whatever, and she goes, "There's this one part that it killed me, you know, because it was just like me, where you laugh, you look at the camera, you laugh, and you slap your knee, and it's like, yeah, it really." I realized that I really got that from her. She's a really crazy, hard laugher, and she just cackles. She was at our Death Squad shows, and I mean, in a room of 500 people, you can hear her just dying, and everybody and everything. She just loves comedy.
What
Yeah,
dying is?
she
Clucking
clucks
your
like
arms?
a chicken.
There's nothing better than a good laugh, right?
Oh no, I love it. Yeah, laugh.
Like when
Classic.
Bill Burr comes in and you just fucking die, right? You gotta, you just like, wow.
You mean when you follow him?
No, I mean saying you laugh so fucking hard. You know what I mean?
No.
It really is. He's a freak. And watching Bill Burr, it just makes me sort of think like, oh my God, what am I trying to do?
Yeah.
There's like very few comedians in which if they're so good, it actually sort of like reverse inspires me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
20 years of every thought being comedy before I can. Sometimes he just makes it look so easy. I once told him that. I go, man, you make it look like it's so easy. And he goes, there's nothing easy about it.
Yeah.
I work extremely hard all the time.
Yeah.
It's nothing natural. He just thinks about it. He wants to be the best. That's amazing. All right, here's another comedian for you, Matt Spinelli. Holy shit, that's some Italian last name. Matt Spinelli, you motherfuckers. Sons of bitches. How dare you. How dare you.
We should put those in like a ban list where they
Oh,
can't go.
yeah,
You know what I
you're
mean?
right.
And we also should not, like, if you go last week, you probably can't go 3 weeks in a row or something like that.
Right. That's true. We need to get some organization.
Yeah,
Josh, are
Jerron.
you listening to that?
But it's different notes every time. Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
different
totally
people
different.
give a different note.
Put your hands together for Andrew Evans. Son of a bitch. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Some real
Is
piece
this
of
Andrew?
shit.
Are you Andrew?
No, that's the cook.
Oh.
That's the-
I can't see it's dark.
There we go.
back
Talking about Eskimo pussy. It's Anthony Buglet.
Yeah! Uh-oh, you're in a bomb.
Oh my god.
I was walking down the street and I live in East Hollywood and I walked up on this Mexican dude who was selling fucking ice cream and I was like, hey man, give me some Eskimo pussy. And he agreed to shit and I fucking like smashed it all over my face like
This is so good. This is so fucking good. All I want to do is fucking make this shit like fucking lifestyle stuff. Fuck, dude. Give me some eggs, put it on ice cream.
That's Eskimo pussy.
That's the
Oh,
new.
that joke has a title.
I don't know if that joke has a punchline.
it's lost in the ice cream, Tony.
What?
It's the new
It gets lost
GT.
in the
Yeah,
ice.
white GT.
White GT.
It's a childhood favorite thing of mine to equate pussy with ice cream.
Okay.
Well, it makes
Oh,
no
you and
sense.
LL Cool J have something in common.
Thanks for that. Do that.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
yeah.
can honestly say that's the worst joke I've heard all night.
Thank you. You're awesome.
To go with the outfit.
Yeah, you have mesh
I
shorts
actually
on,
like
man.
the outfit better than the joke.
No. Really?
Because the outfit can be used in another way.
Oh,
Anthony, it's not great when all the guests are arguing over what's worse, your joke or your clothes.
I agree with the clothes too because I wore them 2 days in a row.
You know, Anthony's
What?
a really gay name.
2 days in a row.
Yeah. Tony.
You went up 2 days in a row. Oh, you're wearing it 2 days in a row?
Basically.
What do you mean, basically?
I'm not taking a shower till Friday.
Are you really a comedian or are you just fucking around? Yeah, you're fucking around.
I don't think
try
there
to
was
think
much.
of words.
That's a little
and put 'em in
disrespectful to
sentences.
people who
I
actually
wasn't,
write shit.
wait a second. I want to hear what the Iron Patriot has to say.
There wasn't any preparation with this act.
Thank you, Mr. Patriot.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Patriot. I love
Thanks
it.
for stopping by.
Thanks, guys.
There he goes. Perhaps the worst of all time,
Yes,
Anthony Booth.
that's number one.
Yeah.
Wow.
The highest, what is it, bucket, faggot?
Oh yeah, there's no PH in that one.
Yeah.
Why
Oh.
couldn't that guy not have shown up when his name was called?
Yeah, exactly. At least he was here, I guess.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a shower.
Yeah, seriously. What's the point?
Go to Popeye's Chicken, get those little handy wipes, get 20 of them.
Why wasn't he?
Is that the number that works
I
for
don't
him?
know. I
For
don't
his
know.
body, I could tell it's about 20.
Normally we would have asked why he's not taking a
we
shower
had to
until
end
Friday,
that.
but we had to get him out of
Yeah,
here.
we had to end
when the
that.
Iron Patriot's roasting you, that means it's done.
The Iron Patriot felt that he had disrespected the stage hard.
Yeah.
Right, it's true.
That was a lack
I
of
felt
respect.
like I
What?
felt
Lack
like
of respect because you guys are giving a good criticism from professional comedians, and he comes up there with no preparation.
Well, I did call him a pussy outside for not signing up, so I guess I take some credit.
Okay.
He signed up after I called him a pussy for not signing up. I will admit that. But you're not in the banned pile. You're with the possible returning guests.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe some better preparation, like the Iron Patriot said, and we'll get you back up here soon.
Take a fucking shower.
Yeah, definitely that. Because your jokes already stink. Take a shower. Put your hands together for Timmy Day, everybody. Here he is. Oh, yeah.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. All right. Anybody got a favorite Disney character? Just one? No? Anybody? The guy from Tron? Awesome. Mine's the father dog from 101 Dalmatians. I feel like you have to be able to release a lot of jizz in order to have 101 babies come out of your girlfriend at one time. Also, this is where I like to call bullshit on this film because I don't think that could ever happen. I think that half of those babies probably would have been stillborn. They probably would have just thrown them in the garbage, and when Cruella de Vil showed up and was like, I want to take all these puppies, they'd have been like, sure, fucking take this bag full of dead puppies that we have. And everyone would have been sad. I don't think the mom dog would have wanted to keep them. I think she would have been like, I don't want 101 people sucking on my titties for the next couple months. Like, that's going to hurt really bad. What else? That's about it.
Fuck yeah. A lot of people would say that 101 Dalmatians joke. Some people would say too soon.
I watched it with my dickhead niece like a month ago. She made me watch it. So.
Well, I think that that's the funnier part.
Right.
Because I feel like it's the obvious joke is saying that like who would want 101, but if you take it the other way, like my niece made me watch this movie and I realized what a miracle it was, and then you're saying it with the sarcastic undertone. You know what I mean? So that it's not so graphic and dark. If you take it the other way, then that's a harder joke to write. Right now it seems too easy. It's, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I would open it by owning the topic, not saying, does anybody out there have a favorite Disney character?
Yeah.
Because then what? Best case scenario, what? You get heckled.
My
Right.
niece got, like, I don't know if you guys have a favorite Disney character, but my new favorite Disney character is the dad dog. You know, and then it's also like maybe you can get into stuff about like adoption and like how like there's such a huge problem with getting pets spayed or neutered. You know what I mean? But like there's a big like everybody wants to adopt a dog or rescue one, but nobody wants to rescue 101.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be something about like Bob Barker in there, or something
and
like
it's
that.
like,
Like Bob Barker.
I think yeah.
Bob Barker didn't have a gray hair on his head until he saw 101 Dalmatians. He's the neuter guy, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I think also though, like
Sons of bitches.
like the sarcastic part can be about how what a miracle it is, you know, and then like describing like how a dog having 101 puppies is like ridiculous, but also like, the disastrous part is like, how are we gonna like, if you think about this realistically, like Disney setting, I think it should be more about Disney setting us up for ignorant expectations.
Yeah.
And I think more people will be on your side if it's anti-Disney as opposed to just about like some disgusting dog that had 100 puppies.
I was really just going for like, wow, that must have been like a lot of jizz.
Yeah, I would focus. I would focus
That's
more
where it
on
stopped
that.
for me. I didn't
I would-
go
But
as
that's what-
far.
I would focus more on that and the stillborn death.
No.
Yeah, I think that's
Stillborn
because
death.
the odds. I think if you look it up, it's like 2 out of every 6 puppies.
Right, yeah.
That's like 400 Dalmatians that are probably dead.
Yeah.
Out of 101?
Well, I just say.
101 lived, then yeah, like 400.
But that's the thing, though. It's not a lot of jizz because all we hear about is how there's like 1 million sperm in one little thing. So now you're saying that like, so really it's like her eggs. It's really the woman that's the miracle. I'm just saying, like I'm just saying that
like a true woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
whenever every guy has a joke about killing 1 million babies when I swallow or whatever, and girls have that joke too. So I'm just saying, if you're going to go the other way with it and say that that's a lot of jizz, then
Yeah, you're saying like Octomom could have just been a normal sperm.
yeah.
I love it when the Patriot gets into
The
it.
Iron Patriot just came in with a tag.
Well, but the Octomom is a normal sperm, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
she had,
I think if you're doing
Yeah, I see what
101
you're saying.
Dalmatians jokes, I think it's important to make sure that it's a big, long bit if you're going to commit to it.
Yeah.
So I'd say stretch it out on all fronts.
I wrote
the
it
amount
as a
of
big, long
sperm,
bit and
all
tried
that
to-
stuff, all those
Oh, okay.
references.
Yeah, because that's not like a one-liner.
I think it's smart. I
Yeah,
think it's interesting.
And there might be something in the...
I don't think you should scrap it at all.
No,
I
not
think
at all.
I think you should
Stretch it
embrace
out.
it,
Yeah, make
because
it
I
bigger.
don't know any jokes about 101 Dalmatians, and I
Right.
think Disney movies are a terrible expectation. Like
Right.
they're also the reason.
Everybody
like,
knows the
girls wanna
only
be
type
princesses.
of animal that can have 101 babies is a Mexican one.
Yeah.
That's a great.
There we go.
There's
Chihuahuas.
There's a great. Yeah.
What was your name again?
Timmy.
Day,
Really
everybody.
funny.
There you
Really
go.
funny.
And our next contestant, Maddie Chumbor, everybody. Oh wow, he's right there.
How you guys doing? Nice to meet you. Recently moved out here, guys. I'm single. I've had some weird things happen lately. Recently I've been getting turned down more than I introduced myself. Kind of weird. I was playing basketball with my roommate the other day, and he was like, "Yo, man, I met you and my friend Meg." I'm like, "Oh, who's Meg?" He goes, "Doesn't matter." She said no. Fuck, like, why the hell would you say that? Like, what bugs me out is like, he must have showed her my Facebook profile picture, which is my headshot. So she said like no to me, best case scenario, which kind of like bugs me out. He's like, "Don't worry, dude, stay confident." I'm like, "Stay confident?" I was like, she just turned out a photo of me that's digitally altered to make me look as best as I can. My fucking next headshot's gonna be one from my own gun. Like, I don't look her anymore. This one's an O. That's true though. It's fine. Fuck. That's about it. I don't want to.
Yeah, there you go.
Maddie, you have great confidence and poise on stage.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
Like 2.5 years.
What do you
Where'd
think
you
of the Iron Patriot?
Great guy right here.
Yeah.
He's working
Where'd you
hard.
move from?
Connecticut.
Did you do stand up there?
No, I just started out here.
Okay. It seems like you've been doing it for.
How long again?
2.5 years.
Oh.
Yeah. It's clear that you have some experience with it, but I think that. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
The only part I lose is the headshot
Yeah.
thing at the end. I think the rest is actually a pretty smart premise that I
It's
don't
really
think I've really
smart,
heard
but
of.
I don't think that you should even bring up headshot because immediately, if people aren't from
I
LA,
realize it's very industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and I don't think you need it because I think whenever people take a Facebook photo, it's always best case scenario, no matter what.
Okay, cool.
You know, and like so you can make it about a picture that you took of yourself. You know,
Right,
that-
maybe in the bathtub with your penis in the background.
With my
or it's like a glamour shot, or it's something that someone took of you. It can be any other scenario that
Okay.
everybody in the flyover states would understand too.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking, not everybody understands. Like,
Yeah, when
if I
you
told my
were
mom
in
what a
Reno-
headshot, she's like, headshot, don't
Yeah.
you?
But I also think you have to just get to it faster. Like, because you talk about how you're getting, like that first line that you say where you're getting turned down more than you're, what is it say?
More than I introduced myself.
Yeah. So get right into the example. Like the
Okay.
other day.
Okay.
Here's an example.
You like
Yeah.
rock and roll?
And you can also equip, I'm sorry.
No, I'm more of like a rap, kind of.
Bummer.
Yeah.
I do listen to rock. I don't hate, but if I'm listening to music, it's more of a rap inspired type thing.
Mhm.
So, not to offend you. So.
What do you think about Kanye's new album?
I listened to the one that he did on SNL, and actually I thought that was pretty badass. But I heard a few, like the first track on it got ripped, and I wasn't too proud of it.
There's a point in one of his songs where he's like, "Bitch, where's my croissant? Give me my croissant."
Yeah, like, I feel like he's running out of shit to say.
He's talking about croissants.
He's never had anything to say. Why does everybody think he's running out?
He went to Paris to write it, so I guess he was inspired by the croissant. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
art.
Oh, well,
So
look
he
at
is
that.
taking his surroundings into play.
Step up from bald porno star stripper girl.
Exactly, so.
The last
Paris.
album.
I wish you would have
Fuck
stayed
yeah.
there.
Would you do you wear that vest a lot?
I try not a lot. I don't want to overdo it, but I'm a big vest fan.
I like that.
I think they're new.
You don't like it?
Well, I'm a big believer that you save the best for last. Only necessary. Do you really?
See, your jokes were better than that way.
Oh,
So-
settle down.
You said that.
Kick you off this podcast.
I do appreciate you guys saying kind things. It's funny, like an hour before this, as I was running in and out, I got fired over the phone. So
Oh.
you guys making my night. Appreciate all.
Where'd you
There's
get
your
fired?
next joke.
I was an architect.
I was about to say, sex photographer?
Fucked up.
Well, you're still an architect. You just don't
Still
work
am. I
for-
just I'm just on vacation for like a few.
Where'd you? Was it a big
That
architect?
could be a godsend, actually. Maybe you just start hitting comedy hard.
It's true.
Hopefully.
Because look what you get now. Unemployment, and
That's
you
true. I
can
was
do
thinking
jokes every fucking day.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, you can go.
I used to
from
write a
building,
lot
You can go from building houses to being homeless.
Math like that.
Yeah, there's got to be a
Absolutely.
bunch of jokes about getting fired from being.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could get fired from being
Yeah.
an architect.
Yeah, well,
I think that-
I
What they
managed
do?
it.
What they do? Just call you and tell you that
It was the boss's wife, and she's like, we're just getting rid of the junior positions. And then she's like, but we're going to send you emails so you can still come to the functions at the office. I go, yeah, that'll be fucking great. Like, hey guys, remember me? I'm the kid that cleaned shit, and then they guys got fired. So
Oh my god! But you
more
can
more
still
hors
come
d'oeuvres,
to
anyone? Anyone?
Susan's birthday party.
Who the fuck says that? Like, hey, you're fired, but you can still come to the
What
Christmas
a
party.
cunt, right? Like, or just like any function they have.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, we're not gonna have a
That's
present
like
for you
a
at the
chick
Christmas
saying,
party.
I dumped you, but you can watch me fuck other dudes.
You do go, but you come dressed as a homeless person.
Or I just
you go to the Christmas party, like fucking, just like dirt all over your face, pee stain, and you rent a child from somebody, from like yeah, child.
just have a syringe hanging from your arm.
Or you go the opposite way. You come dressed in a tux and a limo with
Oh,
some
yeah.
sort of
I got a
hot
rental
chick on
Ferrari.
you. Like we don't have time to stay. We have to go to a premiere.
Right. Yeah.
funny.
I was able to fit in time to make it to this party that you invited me to if I have nothing else going on. But now I have to go because I'm busy.
So obvious.
You know what I would do
You
is
stay for
just
2 hours.
constantly tweet her number.
Yeah, right.
Because that is the rudest thing you could say. You're fired, but you can still party with us.
Yeah.
With what money?
Keep tweeting her phone number until you have no followers left.
Yeah, right. Or
There he goes, Matty Chumbor, everybody.
Yeah.
There you go. Fuck yeah. It's all happening, people. Oh wow, what a special treat. Gabe Killian, everybody. Here he is, the great Gabe Killian. Wow. Holy moly.
I knew a girl who died, and every once in a while, I remember having sex with her, and I get a little creeped out. But I guess it's okay, though. I mean, she was only dead a couple hours at the time. I used to be a racist. Now I'm just a guy black people used to beat up. Went down on a Japanese chick, got mercury poisoning. I caught one of my best buddies fucking a guy. I couldn't believe it. Shit, I almost fell off the ladder jacking off. Just got back from a short film festival. I was disappointed to find out that short film is not the politically correct term for midget porn. I'm pretty good at it. I snatched an old lady's purse. She only had $12 in it, but the spinning back fist I knocked her out with, totally fucking worth it. I'm pretty good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, unless the guy I'm fighting knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Fuck yeah, Gabe Kelly. Wow.
He brought fire.
A one-liner surgeon over
Yeah,
here,
you
right?
brought fire.
That's amazing.
I think you got to work on your volume though a little bit.
Definitely.
You know?
I had you almost turned up all the way to the
Yeah.
max.
I mean, your jokes are good, so don't be nervous. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, it's fucking weird, but you get up there, and if you hit those with mad confidence and volume, it's going to go off really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now it sounds like you're doing dark poetry in a bookshop.
But it's also like Steve, what's his name?
Yeah,
Steven
it's
Wright.
got this style he's doing.
But that's different, though. You know what I mean? It's like you don't ever want to do that because that's immediately what people are going to say.
Right.
If
What was
you
that
do
Stephen
want,
Wright guy? What was that guy who did that kind of stuff?
yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Stephen Wright.
No.
Mitch
I also
Hedberg.
yeah, Mitch Hedberg.
No.
Yeah.
Brenton Biddlecombe.
Yeah.
Gabe Kelly.
How many? Quick question for you. You're a one-liner comic. How long did it take you to write those? What were those? Like 6 jokes?
How long did each of them take? Or all?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think because like to get a half hour together is a long time, right?
Yeah.
I don't spend much time on well, some of them it takes months, some of them just a few seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the one about the purse?
That's one
I
of my
snatched an
newer
old
ones.
lady's
Yeah.
purse. How did that go?
I snatched an old lady's purse. She only had $12 in it, but the spinning back fist I knocked her out with, that was totally worth it.
But the spinning back fist.
It's a move.
It's a move?
Spinning back fist.
Back fist. I thought you said spinning back fish. So I was like imagining you with the hitting her with the fish.
You know what would be good is if you have a lot of these things to actually to put them all together and make them all bits. You know what I mean? Like if you have like 7 of these can be like 7 tags if you find a way to put those 7 things together.
But I also don't think that you should do. Well, yeah, that's true. But I think that joke is flawed in that you're hitting an old lady. Like you already took her purse.
Yeah.
So the joke should be whatever you find in there was totally worth it. You know, like something that you. But
I got off on hitting her, not the money.
Yeah, you got to do a spinning. I get it. It's it's pretty sweet to do a spinning back.
Yeah. And you know what I think? With that said, I think I would tag it with those exact words.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically saying
because spinning back fists are awesome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, and then maybe even go into it more like
I've been practicing for years.
because then that really paints the picture of what you're spelling out, which is that you always wanted to land a spinning back fist on somebody, and an elderly old lady is the only person you can land it on.
yeah,
right?
so I think that's the joke though.
Yeah.
To start with the
Oh,
old
yeah.
lady is like to say like I finally nailed a spinning back fist. It's a move I've been perfecting for years.
Finally.
I totally knocked the old lady out, but the $12 in her purse was worth it, or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think, Iron Patriot?
Iron Patriot is not
I think we're
independent.
learning a valuable lesson tonight that comedy is very difficult, and you know the professionals make it look easy, but it's not easy.
Yeah,
It's a really good point, Patriot.
That's right. Proof.
I think
Proof
you're
by-
learning that tonight, by the way.
Proof by the Patriot, right?
Have you ever had any STDs, Iron Patriot?
Not any I can name right now. It'd be too embarrassing.
Oh. Shit.
Well, I think
Crabs.
Yes?
Crabs.
Wow.
So yeah.
My last name.
Stone crab.
Yeah.
either he had crabs or he thinks that you can order crabs here at the comedy.
Hard shell crabs.
Yeah.
You don't have seafood.
How long have you been doing comedy?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
I've been writing for over a decade. I just didn't have the balls to go on stage till a couple years ago.
And do you go on every night?
No, man. I just do open mics, mostly shitty ones in front of 2 comics. Pretty
That's
much been
okay.
it for the past few months.
But I mean, you can get on every night because that's going to improve your confidence on stage, right?
Yeah, I try. I can't find that many good mics, so.
Right. Well, your jokes are good, man. There's some good stuff in there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think you just have to learn like the misdirect a little bit more. But that's good.
Yep.
I like Mr. I mean, that's just kind of my what I like. But yeah.
There he goes, Gabe.
You're obviously your
Thank you,
jokes.
man.
What I'm saying is your jokes are smart. Don't undersell yourself.
Yeah, he's really good. It's really hard to have one-liners that are somewhat original.
But those are good for like late night, even if like you can't do a half hour. Doing late night, they want a joke every 15 to 30 seconds when you do late night. So those are
Right.
perfect for that kind of stuff.
So get your best
That's why
47 jokes together. You'll be able to do the
I saw you try to do math really quick in your head. It was glorious.
Kyle Henson.
Yeah.
There he is.
I guess, thank you. I want to find out how Mitt Romney found out that he lost the election. Like, someone had to have told him. Wouldn't it be awesome if Maury told him? I come back from commercial break, Maury pulls out the manila folder, looks over at Mitt, in the case of the 2012 election. Mr. Romney, you are not the president. Mitt freaks out, runs behind stage, like, ah! Maury's got the camera crew. He's like, come on. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Maury's trying to hold back Brock. Brock's like, this ain't your presidency. What you know about me, cuz? Say something. This ain't your presidency. Back up. Pardon me. Oh, that's right. You can't pardon me because you ain't president. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Bub Rock. Oh, to the bomber. You're like the me because I killed Osama. Thank you guys for calling.
I'm gonna have to say no to that.
Yeah, that's a bagging for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
too old.
It's on the nose.
Well, obviously.
As soon as he says, I thought Maury was going to, I immediately started thinking, all right, you are not the president.
I don't think
and this
it
is still
has
20
to be.
seconds
I don't think
away.
it has to be as specific as it is.
It could be somebody else. Just replace
I like the
it,
joke actually. I think it's clever and that but I think it needs to be set up differently. As in I don't like politics. It's really boring. I would prefer to watch it if Maury told us who was president instead of Wolf Blitzer. And then in the case of Mitt Romney is you are not the president, but you are the father to 18 kids.
Right.
You know?
You have the spinoff, yeah. But you do have herpes.
It just makes it.
Fuck.
And maybe it's not Maury. Maybe it's whoever is it's somebody else. But
But the problem is the election is well over.
Yeah.
You know.
But you can use that for the next one.
You might as well be writing 101 Dalmatians.
But I think it can be for the next election. Whoever. I understand
It's
that.
I got a Christmas joke. I do it 2 weeks before. And,
It's I think it's a good one. It can sound more topical than it is around election time.
Yeah.
And I think it can be used then, but I don't think it's a complete bagger.
Right.
Because I think you're acting it out is really funny, and Barack's dance made me laugh out loud.
And rhyming Obama and Osama, you don't want to do that because Pauly Shore already did that. He has a rap song out called "Obama Killed Osama,"
and he kind of owns this place.
He owns this place, and he definitely owns that song.
Yeah.
But you don't even need that,
Yeah.
I don't think you need it. I think it's an interesting perspective because I think it's a shared perspective in that politics does get really boring.
Well, you can use it on all kinds of elections, like the mayor election that just happened. That's even better because no one even fucking knew that was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you didn't know till you tuned into more and you're like, oh, this is sweet election. They actually fucking tell you who wins on this. Which made the mayor election, you wanted to watch it next year.
Right.
Yeah.
Obama wants change. Brother already asking for money.
What's that from?
That's one of the jokes I did 3-4 years ago. 5 years ago.
That's you and a bunch of people.
Yeah. So
And it wasn't brother either. I just.
Oh.
Yeah,
He said
talking about
brothers.
Maury in the elections, it's it just seems too late to be trying to make jokes like that too much better. I'd look ahead to the future, maybe have more something. I'd iron it up, you know what I mean?
But I think it's a back pocket joke.
I'm just talking about your shirt.
Sure.
It's a great back pocket joke.
Yeah.
Here, to get ironed out or shirt, if you're running out, take it like a small towel, make it really wet, and just wipe your body straight with it until your whole shirt's wet. And then when you get out of your car, wherever you're driving, it'll be ironed.
Is that right?
Anything is better than that.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, thank you.
But I also think that this is like a good lesson in that, like, not every joke you have to throw away. Like, some jokes you don't use all the time, but
Right.
then, like, somebody in the audience might say something, and you want to have a lot of back pocket triggered
Right.
jokes that just come out whenever somebody brings them up.
Right.
So that's one of those, I think.
That's right. Like my Christmas joke, if there's a guy that looks like Santa in the crowd, I'll whip it out.
Or something
You whip,
happens.
wait, a joke out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just fucking dig out to Santa
Whip
like,
it
hey,
out.
Santa.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe you're taking pictures.
What?
There
All
he
right,
goes,
thank
Kyle
you.
Henson.
Good job,
Go,
Kyle.
man.
Flying through them tonight.
Yeah, it's good.
Zach James is next. You guys are assholes.
Ow.
You gotta be kidding me. Can you believe the disrespect, Iron Patriot?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's back this up before we go any further. The guy that did pretty well is texting during the show.
pictures of him.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
He's
saved
facing
it.
me, so
All right, just checking.
I got you.
We don't want to clown the other guys.
No.
Right?
Heck yeah.
That was a guitar riff for you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Damian Spencer.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's crazy because we've been too nice on this one. And this is the first time ever where people aren't showing
Yeah, people
up.
are like, I ain't going up there.
We're just writing great shit up here, assholes.
Let's bring up Amy. If somebody doesn't, the next one we'll bring up Amy.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Put your hands together for, actually, let's just bring up Amy now. I'll put this back in. We can go backwards again. We're going forward. Amy Hoffa. Big time friend of the comedy scene.
Yep.
Hey guys. So I just turned 34. Thank you, which you could probably tell from this outfit I purchased at Kohl's. The store for your mom and your high school English teacher. I figured out I was 34 the other day because I woke up and my legs were sore from sleeping. I'd done nothing besides that the day before. Also, my brain is changing, and they don't warn you about this. They say, women reach their sexual peak at 35 and guys at 18. But they neglect to tell you that through your 30s, your brain just becomes a teenage boy's. Like, in the 30 seconds I've been up here, I've had at least 3 thoughts about sex. I'm a professional, didn't share them with you guys yet, but I just think, thank God women don't get visible erections. Because if they did, people would definitely know I was not paying attention in the sales meeting. Or else they think I had some kind of a weird fetish for Excel spreadsheets, and that's also not good. But if they did, there would have been lady boner corsets, and those would have been terrible. But what would be worse is now, because we have cleavage, you've got to show your thong, you've got side boob, if we got visible erections, that whole Britney Spears thing would have been high fashion. And we'd all be expecting, oh, that's too old, isn't it? Nobody's showing their pussy anymore out of the limos. But anyway, lady boner corsets, guys.
There you go. A great premise.
Absolutely.
The
boobs.
I'd lose the.
Boobs.
I'd immediately lose the waking up with your legs being sore because you're getting older. You know what I mean? I mean, it always makes me laugh, but I've heard a couple different versions from other comedians that are longer, and they drew them out. They're full 5-minute bits about how their neck hurt from doing nothing. You know what I mean?
I think it just needs to be more specific.
Right,
My instant thing was instead of sleeping, it needs to be something specific that's kind of loserish.
Maybe you're
my
dreaming
legs
about
are
going to Kohl's. You've been walking around looking for a sale.
my legs are sore,
Right.
from searching for a parking space at Kohl's
Or
whatever.
maybe your legs are sore because you played a softball game, and you're getting old because you didn't even get in the game. You were on the bench.
My legs are sore from.
I did it. I was.
Well, what about my legs are sore from
softball.
kicking the recliner thing in?
Wow.
Just that's one of those exercises.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
I like
If
that.
I do 3 of those a week, man, I might be up to jazzercise level. I don't know. I think it's great. Self-deprecating is so important, and also I was gonna say when you say I'm glad that women are we reach our sexual peak. I've thought about sex 3 times since I've been up here. and that's mostly just because of this guy, or like you can point, you can involve the audience, right?
Yeah, the Iron Patriot. You could have just looked at him and said he reminded you of a sweet dildo.
Or you can say, like, if you don't want to make it about someone in the audience, and you're like, that's just because I have a piece of pizza waiting for me in the back, you know?
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, you know, off stage.
And the lady boner thing, I think that's a fantastic premise. And, you know, you could get into maybe how the clothes aren't designed for it, like wearing a dress. You know, you can't really hide a boner in a dress. It would just stick out.
I also think it gets a little confusing because
I guess so.
I think the picture that you're painting is confusing. Like for me, I'm like, wait, you have a boner and you're a lady.
Right.
This is confusing. Like I think I need to know like what, like if like there's something if you turned like a different color when if women were around,
Well,
so
also,
change color.
Lady boners could be other things like jewelry. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like a lady boner. Actually, there are lady boners. It's something different, like a handbag. That's a lady boner.
I only think
That's
lady
what
boner
makes
is
them
like something
aroused,
so much
but that's
gross.
not what shows.
Yeah.
Squirting?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is maybe it pops out, like, you know, they break out their lady boner.
Like a rib just pops out. It's like a steel cage for you to put all your jewelry
The
in.
question is what would the boner look
Right,
like?
that's what I'm saying. Like if she changed
Like
color.
what-
A handbag, you know?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the idea of where I'm going.
It needs to be
right
physical.
now, yeah, there is nothing visible, but what if it was?
Right. Right.
Maybe I'm just not getting into
No,
that.
but you know, that's why I'm saying I don't think it should be the obvious of like your nipples getting hard or like whatever. No, I think it should be like like what if a lady boner was like changing?
Right.
Your
What
face
if-
turns purple. You
Right.
know, or like
Obvious bummer shit. Like just fucking eyeball falls out. Just grossed up where the dude doesn't want to fuck you.
Yeah.
And you've got an obvious lady boner with your eyeball out. It's just like bummer.
I want to see your boobs.
Huh?
I want to see your boobies.
It's probably a good joke, and like you know,
That
you,
is.
you know, the only thing when a woman's turned on, the only thing that gets hard is,
I don't know.
you know, like
The only thing that goes up is her blood pressure, or the only thing that goes up.
the only thing that gets hard is like whatever a woman thing would be. That's why I'm trying to like alley-oop it to you. I'm like, I got this set up, Sarah. Spike it.
Yeah,
Like,
what's the woman
like I'm
stuff?
saying, instead of it being hard, it would be like a challenge. I'm saying flip the word hard.
Right, right.
So that all of a sudden, the only thing that gets hard on a woman is
life.
Math.
Life's hard.
No.
Just like age is the only thing that's hard on a woman.
The sun. I don't know.
The sun, you know, dark eyes.
The only thing that gets hard on a
Red band.
woman.
Anal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good, Red Band. Whenever a woman
When all
gets
else fails,
aroused,
say the word
she
anal.
feels like a penis is going into her butt.
Oh
Right.
God, we would never have sex
Yeah.
if that was the case.
Wow.
Species would have died out.
You need a cigarette.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I need my face on those boobs.
Yeah. Hey, we agree. Patriot, will you push Red Band's face into those boobs real quick? Patriot.
No, you're not gonna let him do it.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Wow.
Rub your boners together. Do you feel a boner on her, Red
I
Band?
can feel the areolas on each side of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
those boobs.
Well, that's definitely a tag it. There you go, Amy Hawthorne. Big time tag it. Everybody that's been on the show tonight, by the way, you should tweet positively and hashtag well, it's Kill Tony now, right? I was gonna say Hinchcliffe.
That might turn into like somebody winning like an open micer that wants to kill you though.
I can handle it.
Yeah, well, that's not just open micers, that's paid regulars too.
As long as it doesn't look like a suicide, my mom will be happy. Put your hands together for Taylor Dean. Tim Tebow of the open mic.
Hi, alright. Tim Tebow. Patriots. Patriots, he plays for the Patriots. I am Patriot.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Tim Tebow's in the news lately.
He was. He's playing for the Patriots.
Yes.
Anywho, sorry to cut you off. I have a minute. I did my Barack Obama impression. I know. Last was it 2 weeks ago, Tony? And
Yeah.
you said I needed to write a joke. So I went ahead and wrote a joke, and the topic is carbon dating. And I'm not funny, but here it is. Tony's kind of. Here's the joke. You're so old that on your birthday cake they use carbon dating instead of candles, right? Because it's used for fossils. No, Josh doesn't like it. No, yeah, that was the audible side. Okay, well that's that.
Wow, I've heard of a one-liner before, but they normally don't do just one one-liner.
1 minute, one liner.
Seems like you have perhaps some confidence issues, Taylor, that maybe we need to talk about.
Hold on, let's
Do
ask.
you really
how long
want to
have
do
you been doing
comedy, or is that you don't really want to do comedy?
Well, I was trying to make the joke funny in the sense that I was trying to make the joke funny, if you know what I mean.
I
I was
see.
trying to be ironic in that the joke was so bad it might be funny, but it just turned out really bad. Hey, you know what? These can't all be winners.
No, they
Oh
can't.
yeah, we know.
So you came with one joke.
Some of them can't be, but we can create winners from them.
Hold on now.
So you came out with one joke
One
and you
joke.
tried to stretch it out for a full minute. I noticed you did crowd work on the Iron Patriot in the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were talking to me or not. Were you addressing me?
Oh, he definitely was. He put the microphone.
I'm sorry.
into your-
Can you see in there?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay.
Taylor, let's keep this on you, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were addressing me. It kind of shocked me when were you talking to me or?
I was looking at you.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool if you addressed me. I wasn't sure though. I felt like
We're
I felt
talking
bad
to
about being
Taylor
interrupted.
now, though.
No.
Okay.
I love the Iron Man Robert De Niro combo. Him saying, "You talking to me?"
I actually have a Robert De Niro impression.
Okay.
Okay,
Do it.
so you just
we
do
need
it.
that. Wait, let's get
Oh,
this
see,
first,
that's-
sir.
You looking at me?
That's what everybody does when they.
It'd be like a surfer Robert De Niro.
Oh.
Like you see that wave?
Oh,
That's my wave.
It's getting worse. Nice.
Oh man, that's great.
My favorite thing was Sarah straight up went to him and went, "So you really don't want to do comedy, right?" That was
But I just want, like, I'm not gonna give notes to somebody that's just fucking
Right.
around.
No, I know. I mean, one-liner.
Couldn't stick around.
I mean, that's I mean, Iron Patriot. What did you think about that? You put you on the spot. What do you think?
I don't know. The delivery wasn't very good, and most of the people tonight have had good delivery, and the problem's been with the writing. But he should learn something from the delivery tonight, because we've seen some pretty good delivery with the comedians tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, would you guys talk about a little? How'd you get over that hump with the writing? Did you start writing more
Yeah.
each day to get over that hump, or did you buy your jokes, or what did you do?
Smoking a lot more weed and drinking more.
You
Yeah,
have to write every day.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of fun with your life to be able to do it. Like you have to have
To
pent
live
up
life.
guilt. You know what I mean? Like
We also have to live life and just
right. That's what I'm
observe and
saying.
listen.
Vacationing, drinking,
Massage
smoking,
parlors, strip
massage
clubs,
parlors,
porno
everything.
girls.
The mall.
Riding your
But can I-
motorcycle fast down the highway.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like things that make you feel good, you need to absorb a lot of those so that you wake up like guilty, like, oh my god, I need to create some shit or else I'm not doing
See,
anything.
I feel like I am creating when I'm paying attention.
Right.
So I try not to listen to music. Like if I go on if I go on a walk or a run, I just try to always be aware. I always say that I'm not a comedian. I just get paid to notice things that most people don't notice. And I also want to say to you that, like, if you're gonna do an impression, don't ever do an impression of someone that someone else has done an impression of.
Right.
Because you'll always be compared to the person who did that
Do you do a
impression
Christopher
better.
Walken?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be
Or
more
Kermit
impressed
the
if you
Frog.
couldn't do Christopher Walken, because everybody does.
Well,
You know
she
what I mean?
just said don't do the Christopher Walken's the
Red
most
Man has a
done,
Kermit
right?
the Frog.
It's so
wow.
good to death.
Hold on. The ultimate set for impression would be like, this is Kermit the Frog, Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, Rocky Balboa, and
De Niro.
Barack Obama at a party, and then you do them.
Yeah, I was trying to make
God.
the joke ironically funny in the sense that I was trying so hard to be funny, and it wasn't funny that it.
Yeah, we
became
really know.
funny.
That's Taylor Dean, everybody. There he goes. And really unbelievable. He did nothing for a minute straight, and the Patriot goes, "Hey, how do you write a joke?" He didn't even ask. The Patriot asked. All right, we have actually run out of time. What we're going to do now is we're going to get a regular segment on the show since the first one, since she was the only female here. Put your hands together for at Sarah Dresses, everybody. Here she is. She basically started stand-up on this stage on our very first show because we noticed that there were no women. She was here. Ever since then, we've said, hey, whatever you write in a week, come back. We'll keep it going. So it's like you've heard of Build-A-Bear. We're sort of like building a female comic here, and this is our third installment. Sarah, go ahead.
Everything except for pronouncing my actual last name.
Well, if you want to, okay.
All right.
Sarah Mookie.
Sarah Mustajabi, everybody.
So I went to E3 last week. You guys know what E3 is? Electronic Penis Emporium 2013. It's a lot of dudes. It's dudes on dudes on dudes. Tons of dudes. Going to E3 as a girl is like crossing the Texas state line and being anything but a white dude. It's very difficult, and people just, I fuck, what you doing here, boy? Like, that is your entire wandering around. There's this big thing that everyone thinks that girls that are gaming are, like, faking it, right? Or faking it, because, you know, I've always wanted to fuck a guy that smells like popcorn in my mom's basement. Fucking every day of my life. There are 3 different kinds of guys that go to a gaming convention, play video games in general. There is the, a vagina that's not being streamed to me over the internet is terrifying guy. They're just fucking mortified of anything with breasts. Or there's the, I haven't quite met you yet, but I'm already going in for a hug guy. Like, hi, okay, that's your body on, alright, okay. And then there's like the late blooming bro, which is like, I'm assuming that in high school they were like loser fucks, but at 30 years old, goddammit, they are so good at Madden. They're fucking FIFA all-stars, you know? So,
yeah. Wow, that's amazing. That's a whole new minute.
Oh my gosh. I like it. I
think we're creating a fucking monster.
I know, that was pretty good.
I say slow down a little bit.
It's totally your perspective. Absolutely. I'd say slow down. I mean, you really haven't been doing much stand-up comedy at all.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
What's the first part when you say E3? You guys know what E3 is? It's blah blah blah.
It's E3. It's like the video game Penis Emporium.
Okay. I would just say one of
I
those,
was saying like Sausage Fest, but I feel like that's
I think you
so
can say
played
one
out.
of those E's doesn't stand for estrogen.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there were no, I was like the only female gamer
Right.
there.
That's
I don't know if you
fucking
guys have heard of this, but you also have to spell it out for what it is. I went to this video game convention. You may have heard of it. It's called E3. I don't know what it stands for, but I know one of those E's doesn't stand for estrogen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
that's awesome. That's
and then you
great.
go write down everything. But you also, it's important to remember how important a setup is. And if people don't know what E3 is, then they're trying to catch up the whole time. Like, oh, she said gaming, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And I like that you were describing the kinds of guys that were there, but I think those need to be a little bit more specific.
Yeah, and slow that down too. She
Yeah.
was mowing through that.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, yeah.
I've literally been
Of
doing
course,
this
that's
like
what
I did the
you're gonna
same
get.
thing when I
But
first-
also, you're gonna want to expect some laughs and take a second. You know what I mean? Like da 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 da.
Right.
But also,
Yeah?
when you said popcorn in my mom's basement, I mean, I feel like my mom's basement kind of gets beat to death, so I would think of another specific snack that's kind of nerdy.
Yeah, I would
That's
say
really
it's like
specific.
popcorn, feet, and penis.
Well, also, like, instead of popcorn, you know what I mean? It's like kettle corn is funnier than popcorn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but so I'm saying is like, or if there's a different snack that you can, like, you smell like Funyuns and, you know, whatever.
Keep penis out of it. You don't have to do
You don't
a
have
rule
to.
of 3 joke and say penis. I would
Yeah.
never. I would try to stay away from that type of mentality when you can. Like, it got a laugh at popcorn in mom's basement. It'd be funnier at kettle corn in mom's basement. I definitely wouldn't.
Or
have
it'd be
penis.
kettle corn and he smelled like kettle corn and hand-me-down clothes or something. You know, like something that's like.
Yeah.
Kettle corn and no job. It doesn't smell like.
Kettle corn in a Burger King bathroom.
Yeah,
Whatever,
unemployment. Yeah, anything specific. Like, you can keep testing different ones out and see which one feels better.
But the cool thing was you wrote and came back the next week, which is fucking genius because you didn't just try to do this. I wasn't here last week, but you didn't just try to come in and do the stuff from last week.
Right.
No, it's different every week.
And that's the part of when you're a comedian, you have to keep exploring it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, you're never going to figure out where you're going to go.
But that, I think it's good too because it's so personal. Like, it's a
Right.
real story.
Exactly.
And like, until you can start talking about yourself and who you are, and like, if you really are a gamer, you should really dive into that.
Totally.
Because
All the
that
way.
is a great niche
Right.
for a woman
And
to not talk
and
about.
it's totally a great time for that. Nerds have taken over the world, and you're like a fetish at this point.
Yeah. You're
Sarah Dresses on Twitter, guys. Give it up for Sarah.
Hopefully she'll be back next week.
I want to say something to Dylan Split. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Of course, yeah. I was going to say thank you to Dean Delray. That's at Dean Delray on Twitter. What's happening with you, Dean?
Let's see. Going to La Jolla Comedy Store with Chris Porter next month. So if you're out there, please come out. We're going to be doing a rock and roll show.
Fun.
And Tony's going to be on my podcast, Let The Beat Talk, next week.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
And, the lovely Sarah Tiana, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah. Guys, live in this show, stick around because the Ding Dong Show follows this live at 10 o'clock.
Iron Patriot.
The Iron Patriot.
What's your name on Twitter?
It's at Comic Patriot.
At Comic Patriot. You can follow the Iron Patriot, give him some notes or some feedback yourself. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Brian Redband.
We do this every Monday, 8 o'clock, guys. And we're following. Next up is the Ding Dong Show, so stick around for the Ding Dong Show.
There you go. Thanks, everybody.
I'm here early. I'm here early.
Wait, hey, Dan.
Thanks so much.